success. We are your hosts, Coach Ablaza, and
Coach Mark.
here we dive into the strategies, mindsets, and habits that help you thrive in your business and life. Coach Mark is a business brilliance coach assisting businesses through his virtual summits, in person conferences, and coaching programs. He is an international transformational speaker and recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award for service from the Biden administration in 2024.
And the brilliant Coach Ablaza is a branding expert, mindset coach, and the CEO of Pink Collar Brands. She's helped hundreds of female entrepreneurs build strong, profitable brands, and they've turned their dreams into realities, into real businesses. Are you ready to level up and focus on what really pays off? Let's get started.
Woo, let's go. How you doing, Dr. Mark? I gotta ask you that real quick. I don't even know if we ever did that on the episode.
You know what? They say my wife is from Virginia, down there in the sticks a little bit,
Mhm.
and they say fair to Midland. Uh,
Oh shoot.
nah, but it hey, I'm doing good. I could be doing better, but I also could be doing worse. So what I
Mm,
am is grateful. That's how
yes,
I'm doing, sis. How you doing?
yes. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. Yesterday was a long day and I had to get my car fixed. I have a BMW. Most of you will know that they got me yesterday. And
Ah, you went to the shop.
I went to the shop yesterday, y'all. So yesterday was
Okay.
I got put through the ringer, and somebody told me, "Hey, I know this isn't the time to joke," and I was like, "Just tell me the joke, because I need something to lighten my mood." And they said, "Remember earlier in the morning when you said money was just a piece of paper? It's a tool." I said, "You're right. It's okay. I'm gonna have a great day now." So they got me. They got me right.
But you know what, Coach? I'm gonna say this, and right now I know it's kind of tough to hear, but when you get got, it's good to have something to be got for. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
You
right.
don't have to pull the car up in the garage and let it sit till for a few weeks till payday or
Right,
something. You know what I mean?
right. We made
However
it.
however you got it done, you got it done.
We got the job done. We got the job done. And I do have on pink. I have to mention that, y'all. I just having a white shirt, but the bottom is pink. Okay.
All right, all right.
All
Got to
right.
rep that brand. Got to rep that brand.
Gotta rep the brand, especially when we're talking about branding today. Episode 5, consistency over clout. How to build a brand that lasts.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And Coach, I think
Dr.
I'm gonna
Mark,
just
have you built a brand that lasts? What would you say?
I'm gonna say, Coach, I sure hope so. And you say, well, what you mean you hope?
Okay.
You know what, Coach? The thing that we have to know about building a brand, and you know this way better than I do, it's about trust.
Mm.
And
Yes.
when we are consistent, we're saying, look, I might not hit it all the time, but I'm gonna be in the game.
Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, we getting this podcast on the road, and we learning the game. We doing this, but you know what? We showing up.
Yahtzee. We're
Every
showing up.
time we show up, we're gonna get better, and we're gonna be consistent, and we're
Yes.
gonna build trust because we got some awesome content. But people are looking for people that they can trust. What you think, Coach?
I think that's true. Dr. Mark has made a very great point, and that is that when you have a brand, your customers need to know you. That's number one. Write this down. Know you. Number two is like you, and number three is trust you. Dr. Mark is saying your brand has to be trusted. How do you get there though? Through consistency.
Yes.
You have to hop online. You have to go to events so they can get to know you. The more you show up for them, the more you show up for yourself, they're going to get to like you. Because if they don't know you, how can they like you? If they don't like you, how can they trust you? I love that point that Dr. Mark made. Yes.
Yeah, and coach, I tell you this, I know this from seeing your information on social media. I know that you not only show up, but you show up with the same level of quality. And that's
Yeah.
what people need. They need for us to show up with a level of quality because people really want to build long-term relationships,
Mhm.
but they want to build it with people who they can trust.
Yes. Yes.
And that team out there that's watching, I'm gonna tell you, coach said she had her pink on because I kind of ribbed her a little bit before we started the show. I said, wait a minute, you messing me up, you messing me up. I
Okay.
said, I said, no, no, no. She said, don't get it twisted. I got my pink on.
I
I
got
got
it
my
on.
pink on. Don't make me stand up. It's
All
on.
right.
So hey, and I
Okay.
tell you what, coach, that why? Because that's a part of your identity now. We know.
Yes.
We know.
It's a
You
part of
know,
my
so
identity.
you got me looking for it. You know what I'm
Looking
saying?
for it. I got my pink water bottle, okay? I got my pink skirt on. I got my pink purse because we are pink, okay? Team pink. But okay, we done joking around. We got the mood lightened now. Y'all ready to listen? Get your notepad out. And we take notes on Notion. Notion is a digital note taker. No, I'm not getting paid for this. I used to not believe people when they said, no, I'm not getting paid to tell you this. But believe me, I'm not an affiliate with Notion, but Notion is free. And you never forget your notebook at home anymore because Notion has an app and they also have a website where you can take digital notes. And this is what you need to do in 2025 in this day and age. Our objective today is to help listeners understand that long term brand success isn't about going viral, it's about being visible, valuable, and consistent. This episode unpacks how to build a sustainable brand through disciplined content creation, meaningful visibility, and lasting connection with your audience. And one thing I want to say is it's not about going viral. We always worry about the wrong things. Going viral. Ooh, I want to be on a magazine. Ooh, I want an award. Your only focus should be on what your client needs. And once you focus on that, everything falls together in line as it's supposed to. Tell us about Dr. Mark. Have you ever thought, I want to get an award? I want to tell us your perspective on that.
Oh, you right on point, Doc, because a lot of times we're looking for the prestige and this, that, and the other. But when you look for all of that, sometimes you miss the mark because your person is your client is looking for you. And I'm gonna give you an example of that, Doc. I'm sorry, I called you Doc, but maybe that's coming. Uh,
Maybe it's Dr. Ablaza in the house. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me, and it's a personal family matter. Well, you might not know. I have real estate, and I've been building a real estate portfolio for years. And I remember one night I got home. It was a little late, and my daughter asked me, and she was young at that time, younger in the single digits. Said, "Where you been, Daddy?" I was like, "Baby, I'm building an empire for us, and I want to do this and I want that." She said, "Daddy, I gotta get ready to go to bed. I just wanted you." And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
to
Yeah. They don't
look
care
at
about
it.
none of that.
They don't care about none of that. And we need to really put first things first. And,
I like
like we
that.
said, develop relationships because now both my daughters, one's about to go to law school. She's a senior and doing her undergrad. The other one is doing her thing with her her photography and videography business. And as we get older, we want to see them more. And they like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But a lot of what happened early is going to kind of create that bond where they still want to kind of hang out with you. And I'm glad that happened when they were young because it made me refocus.
Yeah.
And we have to do that kind of thing in our businesses. Keep first things first.
Write that
And
down.
Keep the first things first, and don't think that you're doing. A lot of times we're saying that we're doing something for others, but we're really doing it for ourselves. You know. So what you think? You got that one? How'd that one land, Coach?
Hey, look, it's on the way. He manifested it, y'all.
I'm just
That
keep
landed
saying it. I
very
keep
well. I went live on Instagram yesterday, and it was just on my heart to share with everyone listening that the money does not matter. Because I was telling about that car. It was fresh yesterday, y'all. And the money does not matter, and it doesn't matter because like kids only want your time. And years ago, I used to work like a slave, kunta kinte, that's what they called me. And I would be on Zoom every day, and I would be on live every day, 3 times a day. And it's like, well, when are you spending time with your kids? So I have to tell you, I really resonate with that point that you just made. And if you're a parent, the grind, it has to come after the kids, or they could be at the same time simultaneously. But yeah, I love that point that you made. But relationships do matter, like you said. You have to build relationships with your client. You cannot just expect them to pay you something and they don't know you. They're not gonna pay anybody they don't know. They've shopped at Walmart, they shopped at Target, and they keep going back because they know them. They know the quality. They know when they go into the store, it's clean. I haven't really been to a Target bathroom that was not clean. They hold a certain standard at their store, and your business has to have a certain standard to build that relationship, that know, like, and trust with your customer. So that was a good point.
And just to follow up on that, Coach, I want to say that when you're consistent, you can measure your progress. Uh, it's so important to be
Yes.
able to see where you are. And
Yes.
I got to go here.
Take us.
I'm gonna go in and come back out, but I got to go here.
Okay.
Many of us, we're so busy asking for more that we haven't given thanks for what we have.
Mm.
And
Mm.
if you're not consistent, you don't even know what your last prayer was. You don't even know
Ooh.
what you said about your business. You don't even know what
Ooh.
you've asked your spouse or anybody else because it's just more and more and more.
Yeah.
And when that's leading to spiritual obesity,
Mm.
and you're gonna get sluggish. So we got to be consistent. And trust me, I'm not talking at anyone because
Mm-hmm.
this is not something that this is something that's a daily grind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certainly not saying I've mastered it, but I'm saying that I'm being consistent in my pursuit of it.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, I love that. You have to be consistent. That's the only way you can measure your progress, your KPIs. But if you quit every week, how can you
Hmm.
measure anything? And that's why it's not amounting to anything in your head, because you think this is an option when this is not an option. Your purpose and your dream, God put this in you when He brought you to this earth. And that's why it's not an option. The only thing is, it's a choice, it's a decision. You either decide to go to the dark or go to the light. But a lot of you are not doing well in life because you're in the middle, and it's gray, but there's really no middle. You're either doing what you're supposed to do or not doing what you're supposed to do. And you should follow your purpose. Dr. Mark, please give us a quick recap on what they could go back and watch on episode 4 if they haven't seen it, on the soft skills and emotional intelligence.
Oh man, when we talked about emotional intelligence last week, emotional intelligence is not only about being able to know where you stand emotionally, which is a critical point,
Yeah.
but to be able to read the room
Mm.
and know where others stand emotionally
Yes.
so that I'm gonna bring in something that I'm not sure that we hit last week that this just reminded me of, but Stephen Covey, when he said, seek first to be understood I'm sorry, seek first to understand,
Mm.
then to be understood.
Mm.
um, Emotional intelligence is about learning how to deliver your message in
Mm.
such a way where you won't get triggered, somebody else won't get triggered, but you're starting to bring people in and really talk to each other on a level of reconciliation, understanding, forgiveness, all of that's in there. And that's not an easy task. But it's a doable task.
Yes.
But it depends on what you really want. Do you want your ego to be happy, or do you want to make progress in your business? Talk to me.
Well, ego, well, ego is edging God out, and we
That's right.
never want to do that.
No, we
I have
don't.
to say, we want to make progress. We want to be emotionally intelligent. We want to know that if we just listen to our clients, then we'll understand what they need. And then when it's time to sell them that $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 package, all we say is what they actually need and what we can do, and then they're sold. And you're not selling; you're actually helping people. However, you
Mhm.
have to be emotionally intelligent. You have to be listening to understand and comprehend where they're at, and see how you can help them the most. I totally agree with that.
And coach, I want you to remember it was a couple things we said last week when we talked about having these statements in your mind of, well, that's just how I am. Uh, I've always been that way. Uh, and so what we're doing when we make see, statements like that is putting a ceiling on who we are.
Yeah.
Because just because it's always been done that way doesn't mean that it's the right way. And so, or the right way for this situation, you
Yep.
know, we've
Yep.
got to be people that evolve. And that emotional intelligence piece, people got to reach back into that one
People
and
need
get the
that.
points that we made, because that was I had to eat on that one for a minute, because even though I had been studying some of it, it got a little more personal once I got into it at the level of trying to give it to somebody else. Because it's like, I'll tell you this, coach, when you're a branding expert like you are, you've become so good at what you do because you've decided to digest it and give it to others. We really don't learn a lot about things until we teach them. Because when you
Yeah.
teach them, you begin to bring in your personal experiences, you begin to study harder. So I commend you on doing what you're doing.
Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you, Dr. Mark. Thank you. Yes, look,
absolutely.
now we could talk about episode 4 all day. I'm gonna give y'all one more thing before we get into segment 1. And I said this on episode 4. Excuses are tools of the incompetent used to build monuments of nothingness. Those who use them seldom amount to anything. And excuses are what Dr. Mark just said. It's just the way I am. That's how I am. I've always been like this. These are excuses for you to stay the level that you're on. You might be on level 1, you might be on level 2, but there's level 100 that you need to get to, that God needs you to get to, and that the people that you're serving need you to get to. It might be people homeless on the street right now because you're not living your purpose. You're working that job, you're struggling, and you just need to get started today. So, segment 1, get your pen and your paper out. Get it out. Okay, you got your paper? No, I'm just playing.
I got
Okay,
my paper. I'm ready.
get your paper. Okay, got your paper. Okay, get your paper. Get your paper. Segment 1, clout chasing versus brand building. Let me define clout for you: temporary attention, trend based, and a short shelf life. Let me define consistency, something totally opposite. Showing up regardless of numbers, growth focused, relationship building. You can either have clout or you can have consistency. Clout is you adjusting yourself to fit into a box that you were never to fit into. Everybody is different. Look at your fingerprints. I don't know if I do this every episode. I'm not sure. Your fingerprints are different than billions of other people on this planet. Look at them. They're
That's
different.
right.
He
That's right.
made you special because you are one of one. You might have the same name as somebody, but you are one of one. I want you today. Do you like the word challenge? Let me pause real quick. Do you like that
It, it,
word? What would
it,
you say?
I don't have no problem with that word,
Okay, okay,
Coach.
okay.
But let
Okay.
can I ask you a question? I know you're in the
Yes.
middle, but I want to ask you a quick question. Could you have found a reason slash excuse not to do this today? You had your car stuff, you had your other stuff. Could you have been like, not today? I can't.
Hey,
Could you have found a reason?
I could have found any reason to not be on this podcast today. However, whatever I can't do, I must do. Must do. I want to succeed as bad as I want to breathe. And I am consistent. And Dr. Mark knows that. And I know he's consistent too. Whenever we can get on the podcast, we're going to be on here. But I could
And
have. Yes.
you know what? I just wanted to drive it home, Coach, because you said you had an experience. I had a few things going on. And it tried to creep in, Coach. I got to be honest. It tried to creep in. No, just wait till next week. Hey, but here it is. You know, this
Here
one of
we
my
are.
favorites. Yes, ma'am. What you got?
Yes. Yes. I told Dr. Mark, I said, Dr. Mark, I'm a little behind today. So I was on a Toastmasters call. They were in Africa. It was really early this morning here. So because I was on that call, I'm an area director now with them. I was falling behind on my time. So I said, Dr. Mark, I'm not in office yet. But if you're free later, I will still do it. No excuses. And Dr. Mark said, you know what time it is.
We gonna do it.
We're going to do
And
it.
just can I say it's only a minute? Let me just say it real quick.
Okay.
I've only put a minute, only
Mm,
60 seconds in it. I didn't seek it and I didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. It's
mm.
just a tiny little minute, but all of eternity is in it. And I always recite that to myself because money we may go through and things may happen, but what you really need to be concerned about is time.
Yep.
And when you are consistent, you are compounding time
Yep.
and you get compound interest on that. So get on your grind and stay on your grind.
Stay
And
on
no
it.
matter what tries to show up to make you get off, say no, no, no. I'm consistent.
I love
That's what
that minute.
that's what I do. I maintain consistency in my life.
Mm.
And somebody says something. I want you to address this, Coach, because somebody says something
Yes.
and it hit me. They said, "What you do for one thing is the way you're going to do it for everything." And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "So when I don't show up for one thing, it's going to slip into other areas of my life." We
Yep.
have got to be consistent.
Yep. Gotta be
So,
consistent. How
go
you do
go.
anything is how you do everything.
Uh,
Mm.
mm.
How you do
That
anything
one,
is how
like
you do
if
everything.
if you haven't been on your game, that's like somebody sticking a dagger in your side. You
Like
know.
a dagger in your side. Yeah. I was talking to a friend about time even before on my way to the office. I was talking to her and she said, uh, my boss wants me to do every meeting in 30 minutes or less. That's not enough time. And I said, time is something that you cannot get back. And whether it's just you, whether it's you and your kids, whoever it is, me personally, and I would tell you to think about this. You have to spend time with God, you have to spend time with yourself, you have to spend time with your kids. So think today, how can I spend my time wisely? Because spending money is nothing, the money is made up, it's printed, but spending time, it's that you cannot get it back, you cannot buy more of it, and it's only a minute. But it's worth a lot, is what Dr. Mark just said. You have to be self-aware. You have to hold yourself accountable, and all that ties into being consistent because you're holding yourself accountable. Even though it's a minute cannot be wasted in your consistency. So negative people, negative situations, and clout chasing are things that we cannot do anymore when we want to elevate ourselves.
That's right, Coach.
Consistent and watch how you're spending that time.
Critical, Coach. Critical to be, be really just dogmatic
Hmm.
about who you spend your time with and how much. Because some folk, um, can I say it? Some folk don't deserve your time.
Some folk do not deserve it because they don't value their time and they will not value yours.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
Well,
mm.
I know I slowed you
Well,
down, Coach. We got a couple more segments here.
okay,
I'm
let me get to it. Let me
stop
get to it.
meddling. All right.
Let me give you one more example. Social media examples on cloud chasing. having a viral video versus consistent value post. What is a value post? Write this down. A value post is educational, inspirational, or motivational. These things help your clients, they help your audience. And when people see you do that for free, they're willing to pay the price for whatever that is paid. Okay? Next is chasing trends versus building trust. You're chasing every trend, and when you're chasing the trend, you're doing the trend the same way the last person did it. However, they have a different business and they have a different niche, and you're doing a trend exactly like them, and you're not getting the same likes because that's not what you do. If you do branding, you can do the trend, but the trending has to be about branding and not about making food, whatever. You have to do the trend in your niche, in your business. Don't chase the trend exactly, okay? And we have a quote. You can have clout and still be broke. However, consistency builds credibility, and credibility pays. Okay? Okay.
Let me just share something with you.
Go ahead.
My,
Go ahead.
my undergrad degree is in building construction technology,
Mm,
and I have been in the field doing different things for years. I always kept my credentials. I always helped out and did consulting. And I got a call today, Coach.
mm-hmm.
And I used to own a construction company, and
Okay.
I backed out of it because different things were happening. But now, the call I got today, I got to start it back up because I'm telling you, I got to start this company back up
Okay.
because the individual said to me, I've been thinking about this project. I had given them original estimate on the project a couple years ago, and they said the time is not right.
Yeah.
They said, and I'm coming back to you because of your integrity.
Mm,
I
mm.
don't, I don't, I want to, and so when you build relationships
Yes.
and you're trustworthy,
Yes.
and I'm not talking about nobody that's perfect. Something's going, some things go awry, things happen, or whatever. But are you consistently trustworthy? Can I count on you? Can I rely on you?
Yes.
Do you understand confidentiality?
Mm.
Do
Yes.
you understand bonding and not
Yes.
just it's so much, Coach. I
Mm.
know it's like we 27 minutes in, but we got so much information. Now, we're gonna have to do a part two on this one. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, man. Look, let's see where we can get. Let's see where we
We
can get. Let's see where we can get. Let me see how I can run through this. Okay.
go,
Okay.
okay.
Look.
Take that. Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me take it away. Let me take it away. Let me take it away. Write this down. Segment 2: the power of content creation. What we're gonna do is we're gonna run through the points because we do want you to build a brand that's trustable with this episode. Okay. This is going to talk about why content is your brand's voice and presence. And along with that comes authenticity, being yourself. No chasing trends, no chasing being like other people, just be you, and your people will come. Whoever doesn't like you, do not worry about them. Okay? You don't need to post more, you need to post with purpose. Posting
Yes.
more waters down what you're doing. Posting with purpose, educational, inspirational, motivational content is going to help you post with purpose. Next, share your 3 C's of content. Clarity. What are you talking about? Okay, make sure you write this down. 2, consistency. How often? And 3, connection. Who are you talking to? A lot of people make the mistake of not telling people who their target audience is because they don't want to miss monies, they don't want to miss views. And however, you need to talk to your audience and they will catch up to you. Do not talk to everyone, you'll be talking to no one. Our next point, batch content. Take one day out of the week. My day is Thursday. Thursday is today. Hello. Follow
Hmm.
people that actually do what they tell you to do. They're actually doing it. Okay. Today's my content day. Hello. Uh, repurpose content. If a piece of content did good, say like you got 1,000 likes, repost it a few weeks later, you'll get a lot of engagement again. If you see the trends on certain type of content, let's say you do brand tip Tuesday, you do winning Wednesday. If people like that, keep doing the same things. You do not succeed because you do not stay consistent. Okay, consistency has helped my platform because um, I've built my followers, but that's not it. I've built relationships with my followers, and I've made at least the high five figures off of social media alone without marketing, without ads. Um, what is it called? Organic. Dr. Mark, tell us, how has your platform succeeded through you showing up? Your
I tell
consistency.
you, you were just punching, man. You were just throwing the haymakers, man. You know what I'm saying? uh, I think that people have here's what fascinates me, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
People that I don't even know are on my page
Mm,
will
mm.
come up to me and say, "Man, I'm so proud of you." I'm like,
Yep.
"Why? What happened?" I'm glad, but talk to me.
Yeah.
And it's because we're out here doing it, Coach. We're
Yep.
out here doing it, and sometimes I'm gonna tell you this, just
Yeah.
on the side of being balanced. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing a whole bunch with my mother because she's been ill. She's 91. But
Mm.
even in that space, I make time to go ahead and put another post out there.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to force it, Coach, but something that people can use.
Yeah.
And it matters because you know it matters when people that you don't talk too much call you and want to know, can I talk to you about something, and
Right.
you don't want to throw them on the clock right away. You know you can't
Right.
do that. You got to talk to them a little bit, but then you got to remind them, I got a coaching business. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm like, hold on. I said people pay me for this advice.
Yeah. So, it I think, Coach, when you enjoy what you're doing
Mm-hmm.
and you're blessed to be able to do it,
Yeah.
and then people will see that because it's a word that you put it in there and you kept running with, but I got to hit it again.
Yep.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
That word right there is a huge word, and we got to be authentic. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so the way my platform is working, Coach, is really on the organic end because I don't run a lot of ads. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I put some things out there, and people that need you, you just said it. They will
Yeah.
seek you out.
Yep. They will seek you out and you will stand out because you're being consistent. There's a lot of people that are not consistent in a lot of things in life. Um, and you just showing up is what even sets part of the standard. So let me hit segment three. We'll have you guys out here in a few minutes. But segment three is visibility with intention. Okay. You got visibility and you got validation. You don't need validation. The only validation you need is from the man above. And I know I'm gonna get Dr. Mark started, but don't you start, Dr. Mark. I gotta finish.
No, no, no. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna hold myself back. I'm gonna
Hold
hold
it,
back.
hold it. Okay. So you have to have strategic visibility, networking, going live weekly, podcasting, as we're doing, and collaborations. One of my mentors taught me to always collab with people that do what you do. But you don't want to collab with those people because you think this is a competition. You're a gatekeeper. Sometimes you're a crab in a barrel because that's what we've taught to be ever since slavery is, or the Willie Lynch letter, you know? And so I want you to collab. No. Connect, collab, and then be able to celebrate with people that are doing what you're doing. Then the goal is to stay on top of your people's minds. If you're consistent, you'll stay in their face and be seen in the right places and not all the places. Hold on, not all the places.
But
Not
the
all,
right places.
but the right place. Okay. Segment four, sustainable growth strategies. Consistency beats intensity because if you have intensity but you only show up once a month, hello, okay? Build your brand like a house and not a tent. You need a foundation. You need a
Yeah.
foundation, okay? That's what sustainable growth comes from. So the habits that I want to end on that you can create momentum over time are having a weekly schedule, content themes. Content
Mhm.
theme is Motivational Monday. You can have a theme for the month as well. Automated systems. I actually have an automated system. It's called All Systems Go. Okay, what are the chances? The word systems in it. This system helps you with funnels, marketing, websites, customer relationship, marketing. And lastly, what I want you guys to work on your habits is community building, Having that emotional intelligence that Dr. Mark talked about, okay? And I want you to share how brands die. Oh no, I'm saying this is me. I'm going to share really quick how brands die when they're only hype and not heart. Brands die because your heart set, your soul set, your mindset is what matters, not the money, right? So your brand dies when you're just in it for the money and you're not in to help your people. Dr. Mark, what you got for us?
Coach, before you give them that just delicious call to action, I
Yes.
just want to say one more thing. I want to
Yes.
say that being a person who's consistent separates you from the competition.
Yep.
And you are a cut above because
Mm.
anybody can go in and out, ducking and dodging, doing this, doing that, trying
Mm-hmm.
something else, doing And I'm not saying it's bad to try the things, but I'm saying when you find something that you're being
Mm.
impactful with, stick
Mm-hmm.
in there, hang in there,
Yep.
and you will see the fruit. And don't give up just because you don't see the fruit right away.
Mm.
Somebody is hearing you. Somebody is being blessed. If it's just at that time, because
Yep.
you're in your calling. So what you got in the way of a call to action for us, coach?
Look, look, I'm gonna say one little thing. Give me that midnight snack. What I want to say is that if it's not working for you, it's working on you. You have to be the person, do the work, and then you will have anything that you want out of this life. So, our call to action for this episode: don't let chasing clout distract you from building your brand. Commit to consistency, commit to showing up, and your brand will stand when others fade away. A lot of businesses fail every year. We don't want that to be you. So what's an Instagram prompt or YouTube prompt, for example, that you guys can post about today? What's one area in your brand where you've been inconsistent? Drop I choose consistency in our comments if you're done chasing clout and tag someone who needs this reminder. Dr. Mark, what you got for us before we go?
Hey, we just need to drill it into folk that they need to mind the business that pays you. You don't need to
Yeah.
be minding everybody else's business. Mind the business that pays you.
Ooh, look. When I get on here with Dr. Mark, it's the best part of my week. Let me tell y'all something. Mind the business that pays you. Dr. Myra Golden said, "You watching a movie and you're broke?" He said, "Say it again. Listen to me. You're watching a movie and you're broke. Mind the business that
Business
pays you."
pays you.
And that might mean no distractions. And that might mean not going to the club. Okay? Look, don't get us started. Let me take us out of here. One moment, please. Thank you for tuning in to the Mind the Business that pays you. If today's episode brought you value, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Remember, your success story starts with focusing on what truly matters. Until next time, keep minding the business that pays
That
you.
pays you.
See you guys later.